Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm KD, and these are my Leaf Diaries. I'm heading out to London at 10 Trinity Square, Four Seasons private member club, private gentleman club, to attend my private event with number 11 Cigars in partnership. I'm very, very excited. Some of the guys are already traveling from my group there. I'm meeting Tony in a little bit. I'm just waiting for my Uber, for my taxi to pick me up, and I'm heading to London. I'm very, very excited to take you on this journey. I'll try and do as much as content as usual. So yeah, enjoy the ride, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Yeah. Right, ladies and gents, just made it to London. I'm a little late because the trains were horrific, to say the least. Police accident in Surbiton and I don't know what else. Just waiting on my Uber at Waterloo Station and hope to be there just on time as the guests arrived. I wanted to be there a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about it. So yeah, just jumping on the Uber and I'll catch you when I'm there. Okay, ladies and gents, just arrived at the scene. We're at the Four Seasons. So we're heading upstairs. Oh yeah, there's a Lambo. Anyway, just heading upstairs. The guys are already there, so let me show you.
Right, cheers everybody. So welcome along to 10 Trinity Square, beautiful venue, and I'm sure you'll agree later, lovely cigar lounge. So we're going to have a nice evening, some nice cigars, hopefully you enjoy them. We've got plenty of rum to drink as well, so change of format slightly. I know it's advertised as a Robusto cigar tonight, but I changed it a bit, a couple of reasons, some technical issues, and also because it's going to be a longer evening, we're going to smoke a bigger cigar. So we're going to smoke the Torpedo tonight, so longer cigars. It should give us more time to enjoy the rum with it as well. So yeah, so I know I've already introduced myself already, but obviously I'm Tony, co-founder of Number 11. Obviously we produce cigars. Cigars are produced in Costa Rica. The reason we use Costa Rican tobacco is because myself and my business partner, we were traveling around Costa Rica, discovered a wonderful little farm there, very artisanal farm, very, very small, but we tried the cigars and we actually blended our own cigars and just fell in love with Costa Rican tobacco. So that's why we produce the cigars there. And also, again, there's not a lot of stuff that comes from Costa Rica, so we want to bring that to the market and basically share the Costa Rican tobacco with everybody because we think it's brilliant and there's not enough out there really. So basically our farm in Costa Rica that we're in partnership with, we are exclusively, cigars produced exclusively for us. So there's nowhere else outside of Costa Rica that the cigars or the tobacco goes to. So where we're at the moment is we're getting the brand out there, we're building up, we're supplying to some retailers, but our roadmap eventually is going to take us to a lot of bigger retailers. We're also an online business, but we're doing lots of events and just building the brand and getting a name out there. So for me, I'm passionate about Costa Rican tobacco and I just want to get it in as many people's hands as I can. So that's the aim. Very different flavour profile. So when a lot of people think about non-Cuban cigars, you know, you think of the Nicaraguan, Honduran stuff, which can be quite strong, fairly bitter sometimes. Not all cigars, obviously you get a lot of nice smooth New World cigars, but the difference with the Costa Rican tobacco is you get the aroma and the sort of floral notes you might expect in a Cuban cigar. So that's what caught my attention and why I think it's a great product and why I want to get it out there. So it's and obviously moving on from the cigars, we then thought we'd go the whole hog and produce rum as well that we produce specifically to pair with the cigars. So we use Caribbean-based rum, but we do use products from Costa Rica as well when we redistill the rum in the UK. So again, we're passionate about Costa Rica, so we want to use as much products as we can from Costa Rica. And actually the fresh vanilla and the cacao that we had when we redistilled the rum comes from the same farm as the tobacco. So yeah. As I like to say, what grows together goes together. So for me, that's why they sort of pair together. You get, they grow right next to each other. So it's stands to reason that they're gonna work together. So yeah, eventually again. So there's quite strict rules in Costa Rica in terms of exporting alcohol. So, but eventually we want to try and distill the rum and everything in Costa Rica and be able to export it over, because sugar cane, again, so every time I look, it's a different picture, but when you look at the tobacco fields, the sugar cane actually grows right next to the tobacco. So we've got everything there, so we can produce everything from scratch. So that's the end goal. But yeah, these are the finished articles. So this is our motto as well, where spirit and artistry unite. So we're all about the blending, and especially the pairing of the cigars and the rum. I mean, for me, I've always loved cigars, always loved whiskey as well, but always struggled with pairing whiskey and cigars together and different things. So we, the cogs started to turn. We started to think, well, hang on, how can we produce something that goes together? We've specifically designed to do that. So hopefully you'll agree that the pairing works and it's a good match. So yeah, but as I say, what we'll do after this, we'll go and smoke some cigars. The rum's free flowing, so we can drink as much as you want and get a feel for how they pair together. I love the country. I love everything about Costa Rica. So I would love to be able to take people and go, look, come and experience what's there, and see what it has to offer, because it's amazing. And the setup we've got, the farm, we're sort of growing together. So we're working together. So when we grow the brand, the setup on the farm and all they're growing with us. So eventually the setup will be more feasible to be able to go, right, we're going to take a group of people to Costa Rica. You can go to the farm. You can maybe have a go at blending your own cigar or this sort of stuff, have the real experience. But I mean, we was there just 2 weeks ago, and you sit on the porch of one of the buildings overlooking the farm, smoking a cigar in that climate, and there's nothing like it. So yeah, I'd love to be able to take people and experience what we do when we go there. This is where the rum's distilled, so we use a column still. So when we bring the base rum from the Caribbean, we redistill it here at a distillery in Northampton, in Toaster. So we use a column still, and that's when we then redistill it with fresh vanilla and the cacao, so we get from Costa Rica. So again, we spent a lot of time blending, sampling, specifically with the cigars to get that pairing together, so getting it to really work together. We do a Robusto and a Torpedo, which are both Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, all Costa Rican Puro filler. So they're heavier on the Seco leaf, so they're a lighter smoke, and that's where you get that sort of floral aroma, which hopefully you'll see come through later. So we do two, which are the Connecticut wrapper, the Robusto and the Torpedo. We do a Toro, which is a Maduro wrapper. So again, we wanted to do something a little bit different. And the Maduro, obviously, a little bit stronger and a bit sweeter because of the nature of a Maduro wrapper. So it's trying to have a bit of variety. But so yeah, free Vitolas. The Torpedo probably comes through as the stronger of the cigars, mainly because obviously of the tapered end gives a little bit more of a filter for it. The Robusto, which we don't have here this evening, and the reason I said that there's a technical error is that we've got a whole load of Robustos currently in customs waiting to come to our storage. So, but yeah, so it's the Robusto, obviously a shorter smoke, but it's probably the most floral and fragrant out of all of them. So it's yeah, if we do another event, you'll get to try it. But I think the Torpedo is good for tonight, longer smoke. We're gonna have more time to enjoy ourselves. And our farm is run by one Cuban guy, one Nicaraguan guy. So our Cuban guy, basically all the processes, everything is done in the Cuban way. So it's all Cuban seed, We do triple fermentation, so that's why we get that smooth tobacco. It's all done in the old Cuban way, so it's very traditional, and that's how they do it. So, yeah, but it's all Cuban seed. With our boxes, they're slightly different. So, again, we really want to hone into that Costa Rican theme. So that's why, you've got the flower of paradise and all this stuff, because we want it to be about Costa Rica, because we're passionate about Costa Rica. So, but with the Robustos, we actually do them in boxes of 11. The reason for that is obviously the brand is number 11, so we want to keep in the brand, but also I think it's a bit more feasible that people buy boxes of 11 rather than boxes of 25 or whatever. So yeah, we like these nice boxes. They're really good for displaying as well. So again, Jason very kindly stocks them in his store. When you sit those in the humidor, they sort of sit in quite nice for display purposes. Every day at 11 o'clock, we used to do something called 11 o'clock challenge. So we stayed in a few places where they had swimming pools that might have been freezing cold or whatever. We used to swim across the pool, get to the bar, and then one of us would order a different shot of something. We've done that at 11 o'clock every day, so it became the 11 o'clock challenge. So when we came up with the idea of of starting a cigar and spirit brand, it was like, okay, it's got to be number 11's got to be the one. So. Right, choose your weapon.
Oh no, I don't smoke.
All right, that's one less, no problem.
Oh, nice one. So this is a torpedo?
Yes. Hey, try the top. No.
Why I tried first? Because I had the Robusto.
Oh, I'm not sure. Possibly. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, look, he's a real professional. He's looking, in detail. And there you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Go, young man.
Thanks, sir.
No problem.
Wow, young man, I've been called that.
Young man. So initially quite smooth, and you do get the sort of floral notes coming through, and so you get the aroma first of all. And you'll get that most of the way through the cigar. As you get to the last sort of third, you will get a bit more pepper and a bit more spice, so it will transition throughout. But in general, quite smooth. But say take particular note of the aromas that you get from it, because it's quite different from anything else that's non-Cuban. So have try it and see how you get on. And say it will strengthen up towards the end, a bit of a hit of pepper and spice. So enjoy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be.
Perfect.
Didn't mean to be nosy. I was just expecting it.
No, that's fine, mate. Help yourself.
Actually smells good.
Tony, are these hand rolled? So do they use rolling mats or are these hand rolled?
Everything's hand rolled. Yep. So again, the construction we look for to be great. I mean, like most of you guys, I love my Cuban cigars, but as we know, always the construction is not always perfect. So obviously, we want to try and get that right. But the most important thing for me is the combustion. So you'll notice it draws well, and generally you get a good ash on it. So the construction is pretty good. So at most, we only have four torsaderos. So yeah, there's only 4. Again, it's just a very small artisanal setup. So it's not a huge factory with rows and rows of people rolling. It's the same 4 people rolling the cigars. So the head torsadero, he's 71 now, and he's been in the industry forever. And I mean, what he doesn't know about producing cigars, yeah, you can't write a book on. So it's definitely experience. He's got experience there. So.